So we want to make a video talking about our Philippine experience. We have left the Philippines, we're in Thailand, so we want to talk about everything about the Philippines.
Debrief our thoughts on our trip.
So we've made a list of things that we kind of want to talk about with expectations of the Philippines. Do you know yours?
Yeah, we'd both been to the Philippines before, and I specifically had been to Palawan. So I didn't really know what to expect in Cebu, I guess. I was hoping to do the whale sharks and Khao Falls, but for Palawan, where I had been before, I guess I was just expecting a lot of snorkeling, really beautiful fish, and going somewhere that's not in the traditional backpacker route, so it wouldn't be so crowded with backpackers, kind of almost like a little bit undiscovered by tourists.
Yeah, I've been to the Philippines before, and I expected it to be just beautiful. But I also had my leg like splint on, so I didn't have many expectations, like adventurous things for me to do in the beginning. So I just kind of wanted to just chill out and relax on the beach for the first few. And we flew from Seoul to Manila. Do you remember how much our plane ticket?
No.
I think it was like $99 or something, really cheap. It was like a 4-hour flight maybe, and then once you get to Manila, you have to take another like domestic flight to whatever island you want to go to. So the first island that we went to was Cebu or Cebu. We still don't know how to pronounce it.
We're still not sure.
We don't know.
The only thing we know for sure is that you're supposed to put an emphasis on the boo part. So it's either Cebu or Cebu.
We don't know. So we went to Cebu first.
And our first night, we quickly discovered that Cebu City is not... There's not a lot to do there. So we got out of there. We still stayed in Cebu Island, but we went further down south.
We went to a really popular area where there are the whale sharks. If you watched our video that we uploaded to Facebook, then you should see that's where we went whale shark swimming or snorkeling. There's a waterfall that you did there.
Yeah, you can do both of those in one day. We went to a really cool waterfall too.
Yeah.
So we went to Moalboal.
Oh yeah, Moalboal.
Yeah.
We also don't know how to pronounce it.
It's another really cool town. A lot of diving there, but we didn't do any snorkeling or anything because we were saving it for Palawan.
Right.
But a really cool area. I would recommend it.
It was really cool.
That's where Anthony and I went to Khao Falls and we did canyoning.
Oh yeah. Then after that city, we went to Bohol.
We had to take like two or three buses, and then a fishing boat there.
And that's where the chocolate hills are famous for. Mm-hmm. So they're basically just like really big hills that look like Hershey Kisses, and they call it the chocolate hills. It was okay. It was all right. And then after we went to Bohol, we went
back to Cebu.
Right, back to Cebu. We took a ferry. Flew from Cebu back to Manila.
Then to Puerto Princesa, which is the capital of Palawan Island. Got on a van. 6 hours later, we were in El Nido.
The most beautiful place I've ever been to.
Yeah, we stayed maybe 9 or 10 days there.
We were there for a long time. And then after El Nido, we went back to Puerto Princesa for like 2 days or so, and then flew to Manila, and then that was it. That was the end of our trip, and we flew to Thailand. So that's our route. It was pretty busy, and we spent 3 weeks in the Philippines. So usually people don't do 3 big like islands or areas in 3 weeks, but we did. It was pretty packed, but it was definitely worth it. We loved it.
Especially, I'd say our first half was really packed. We moved around a lot between Bohol and Cebu, but when we got to El Nido, we kind of hunkered down a little bit. We were tired of all the moving.
The thing we want to talk about is this awesome, what bonding, like debriefing experience that Sam has brought to our trip. It's so cool.
It's called Rosebud Thorn. I used to do it when I was an outdoor instructor at Mountain Trail, and it's a way to kind of debrief your feelings of the day. So rose is your favorite thing from the day, the thing you love the most. Thorn is something you didn't like so much from the day, and bud is what you're looking forward to in the immediate future, like tomorrow. The only rule is you can't have more thorns than roses.
Because then you'd be a
Yeah.
Debbie Downer.
No one likes a negative Nancy.
There were a few days we had a couple of thorns, so if you have more than one thorn, you have to have more than one rose to
Yeah.
make up for it.
Yeah. So we've thought of we do it every day at the end of the day, and we decided to think of our rosebud thorn for the entire trip to the Philippines, which was really hard.
It was really hard.
We had, a couple thorns, but we had so many roses, but I think we narrowed it down.
Yeah. Do you know yours?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. My rose it's really hard because I love El Nido, but I have to pick Cahuasan Falls. When I went canyoning, the water was so blue, and it was the perfect amount of adventure and relaxation, and everything about it was just awesome. It was exhilarating and so beautiful. My thorn was that I got sick. I got Giardia from, I'm pretty sure I know where it was from. I think it was from dirty water that my fork had been sitting in at this restaurant in El Nido. If you don't know what Giardia is, just live in ignorant bliss because it's disgusting. And my bud, it was coming to Chiang Mai. I had never been to Chiang Mai before, and I was looking, although I love the Philippines, I was excited for a new vibe, to visit a new area, and of course visit the nature park, the Elephant Nature Park.
Different. My rose was definitely, I had just taken off my splint for my toes, and we went on a 2-day snorkeling and camping kind of adventure. So what we did was, the first day, it was in El Nido. The first day we did just a full day of sightseeing and snorkeling and all kinds of cool stuff, and it was really nice it was my first kind of adventure thing that I got to do in the Philippines, and it was our last week in the Philippines as well. And then we camped overnight on this deserted island, and
it was awesome.
It was a lot of fun. And then we woke up from our tents and we went and did a separate tour the next day, and it was a lot of fun. This is definitely a memory that I won't forget.
Yeah, I would have picked that as my rose if I hadn't done Cahuasan. It was really close.
And I probably would have picked Cahuasan if I would have been able to do it, but I couldn't. So my thorn for the Philippines was, I also got sick. I got food poisoning, but I got food poisoning on the day that our power was out for 12 hours.
It was almost all day.
All day. It was awful. And then my bud is practically the same thing. I didn't want to leave the Philippines at all, but